The city at the top of global trade and home to the most new energy vehicles is known for its skyline, fashion, appetizing Xiaolongbao, and the insane number of cafes. It's fast approaching 10,000 coffee shops. And of course, it hosts a lot of business owners from all over the world.
Hi,
Hello.
Hi.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. You also have a Chinese name.
Yes, sure.
fan.
Welcome. Thank you for coming today. And our 6 years anniversary is next week.
It doesn't look like a normal
This
cafe.
one is our biggest stores, and it's indeed a historical building. So more than just a bakery and ice cream store, we also wanted to have an all-day brunch offer here. So as you can see, you have the very typical French bakeries,
Full of freshly baked croissants, sweet pastries, and all manner of ice creams.
Which one is the most popular?
The croissant is, of course,
French style.
the classic.
Most
The almond croissant is also my favorite, and this is one of our best sellers. I would say for this store is 80% local people.
A cafe in a stylish setting, sometimes with strong European feel. In downtown Shanghai, that's not a difficult thing to find.
All the supply chain is here, also in Shanghai, yes. I would say the cliche that we have sometimes still overseas or in Europe is that the made in China is cheap. It's really not true. It's really not true. I think that you can find everything and at a good quality in China. Nothing can block you from creating your brand or your business.
From a small bakery street shop to a lucrative Parisian-style bakery chain, it took the group of French founders 6 years to open 30 projects on the Chinese mainland.
Almost all of our partners, our suppliers, they are from China. China is very mature for importing products, also in exporting products. So those companies, they are like experts. They know everything about how to safely bring in ingredients. Our flour, it's actually imported, it's from France. But many, including our beans, our coffee beans, are from China, from Yunnan. About 2 years, we've been looking for sourcing in China.
Shanghai alone is home to more than 2,000 foreign invested firms involved in the coffee business.
For us, the first administration that we actually discussed with was the FDA, the Food Safety Department. Actually, they ask you directly, what do you want? Instead of waiting, being passive, and you come and you ask questions. Directly, they ask you, what do you want? How can I help you? Are you facing difficulties here, or here? And that was very impressive.
For example, at the moment we are looking for a new office. So this is a local public office who help us to find a new office. When we have some question about location, about new product to test, etc., about new regulation, we really honestly have a lot of support from them.
You mean the government level?
Yes.
This kind of investment isn't being made blindly. The latest official data shows retail spending on dining out grew more than 8% during the first 5 months of this year compared with 2023. US coffee chain Starbucks aims to have 9,000 stores in China by 2025, which means it will need to open a new store on average every 9 hours. McDonald's is on track to have 10,000 stores here by 2028. The fast food chain is to open about 1,000 locations in the country this year, taking up more than 60% of the company's global budget. The vast consumer demand has made the market a natural magnet for foreign investment. And we're not just talking about catering. It's also about transport. As the world's largest automobile market, China is now pretty much leading the charge towards electrification. As you can see from the cars on roads, many of them have a green plate, meaning they are new energy vehicles. And they're going to continue to edge out combustion engines.
We have a word currently, we use China as a speedboat and really to try the new technology and then deliver to a global market.
That comment comes from a senior expert at the German-headquartered engineering and technology company Bosch. He's been developing new EV tech at the company's Shanghai headquarters for 6.5 years.
China is currently like 1 or 2 generations ahead of global market because in China we have a much shorter development cycle than global like OEMs. Previously we had a very standard process and kind of have a good alignment with the international OEMs. So we have a roughly development cycle in 3 to 5 years time range But as you know, so currently in China, more and more players in these areas, they have a much shorter development cycle. So if we want to deliver our technology in time to our customers, we also need to shorten our development cycles. Currently, I think we even have some case from concept to SOP, it takes only 1 year.
That means more new tech and products are being developed and refined in China and then delivered elsewhere in the world, something that was far less common even a decade ago.
10 years ago or more, it's more or less Bosch Global has developed this kind of platform products, and then in China we make a kind of adaptation for local market. Currently, more or less, we mentioned local for global, and many of fuel cell and electrification related products and technology are first developed in China, and then we deliver this to global market. So this is more and more clear in Bosch R&D strategy.
The day I met with Liu, he was working on optimizing a key electric component for fuel cell electric vehicles. That product was first developed in China in 2020, and it's now already entered mass production. The company's sales revenue in China more than tripled in the past 12 years, last year taking up 1/5 of the group's global revenue. And mobility is already the largest business sector of Bosch China. Last year, the single sector sales revenue stood at more than 112 billion yuan, or around 14.6 billion euros. With these figures, it's fair to call the multinational's presence in China a success.
往往就是说，每一年我们定的目标，最后到年底发现我们都是超额完成的，因为中国的这个市场发展确实非常迅猛。
The key to that is the company's focus on localization.
所有的国际的这些企业，我觉得本土化，认认真真的本土化，不光光生产制造本土化，而是研发能力在中国的培育，对他们的未来非常非常重要。
For the past 10 years, the company has been investing 5 billion yuan in China every year on average. And last year, it made an additional 14 billion yuan investment. The investments have run into the development of various products related to the electrification of vehicles, from electrical machines to hydrogen fuel cell, smart cabin, and autonomous driving. The country is now the group's largest market outside of Germany, with more than 10,000 R&D staff members.
越来越多的产品的开发权利在中国，这是因为2个原因。一方面是我们的这个中国的这个市场走在了在对某些这些新技术的需求走在了前面。那么第二点，实际上我们中国培养了很好的这个研发能力。我们现在在做的一件事情，就是说跟更多的这个中国的这个生产芯片的制造商一起来探讨芯片的国产化问题。
She's been in the mobility business at Bosch for more than a decade, and became the president of Bosch China this January, when the group also made one of the largest adjustments in its 138-year history, having restructured its business related to automobile to form Bosch Mobility, reiterating its emphasis on the sector.
早期我们大多数业务是，比如说是跟奔驰、宝马、大众。那么最近呢，我们60%以上的汽车业务已经是跟本土企业了。我们的 CEO 今年大概到中国要来4次，然后对中国非常非常重视，所以我们一直在加大在中国的投资。未来的角度，我觉得对像博士这样的这个国际公司，可能更多的取决于你对中国的策略。对中国的信心，那么这个将决定你们的未来。
This China strategy is followed by Fortune 500 CEOs and entrepreneurs running startups. What do you feel about opening a cafe here in Shanghai?
I think there is naturally, for this city, a connection to the rest of the world. So that makes our job easier, or maybe give us more, I would say, opportunity and more space to create. I see myself staying in China. I cannot say how long, but for now I really enjoy my experience, and I feel that I keep learning every day.
How do you feel like working with Chinese people?
They work fast. Compared to French people, they work fast. They think and act fast. They have like new ideas and we go. This is something I admire.
Foreign investors are opening new stores, launching innovative products, signing more cooperation contracts, and building production plants and R&D centers. In the first 4 months of 2024, the number of newly established foreign invested enterprises in China rose almost 1/5 from a year ago. Sitting here, you can't help but notice the distinct feel of Shanghai, where different cultures have blended for more than a century. And it's a great place to be, whether you're an individual or a corporation.